Welcome to Behind the Scenes at the Hanover Theater. Now, here's your host, Lisa Condit.
Thank you all for tuning in today. It is a pleasure to be here on the phone with Matt Lentz. He's the director of A Christmas Story, the musical, which is, of course, kicking off our Broadway series at the Hanover Theater November 9th through November 12th. Welcome, Matt.
Hi, thank you.
So I know, it's Christmas in July. You've got to love that. Here in theater, right, we prepare all year long, and I have to say, it is our favorite time of the year. So your show has a distinct pleasure for us of kicking off not just our Broadway series, but the holidays are going to come early to us this year.
Yes, that's not a bad thing.
It's a beautiful thing. So you've done a lot of really great work as a director on Broadway, off Broadway, for a ton of national tours, and then it's A Christmas Story, the musical, another really fun project. Tell us a little bit about what got you intrigued and interested in this project.
Yeah, well, I feel really lucky, and this is our fourth year, but every year, especially because kids grow, it's almost an entirely new cast, and so it's always very, very fresh. But I was a fan of the movie, and actually had heard the score before I ever got to see the show. And I just thought the guys, Pasek and Paul, did a tremendous job of musicalizing what is such a beloved, really fun movie. And it's one of those things that just all fell together beautifully. They not every movie into a musical is as successful as this, but this just really lent itself to it. And it's just chock full of all the fun stuff from the movie, plus lots of great songs and dancing.
Oh, it really is. Ooh, I can't wait to see that one. So, do you have a part in also casting the actors that are going to be in the tours, or do you work with what you're given? You do?
No, absolutely. I start with our casting director in New York and our choreographer and musical director. We usually start in early May, and we'll do a sort of first round of casting, and then we sort of see where we are and what we still need, and then usually in August, this has been our pattern over the last couple of years, we'll bring the kids back who were in the show last year and really basically see how much they've grown, if their voices have changed, if they're still appropriate for the roles they played or maybe a different role. But generally, as I said, we've ended up with anywhere from 65 to 75% of new people every year, which just keeps infusing new life into it and all of that. But yeah, it's a long process, and we start early so that you're not leaving it to the last minute, and then you kind of got to take what you get. This way, we can be a little more choosy. So. Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah, so it's become an annual thing. In May, we all show up and wish each other Merry Christmas and think, okay, here we go again. So, but I'm lucky, thrilled that the show has been so popular, and we've got another year of tour. So
absolutely, and you've really made a name for yourself, I think, doing these really fun musicals. Like Hairspray, obviously, is one of my favorites, and that was a really great feel-good musical. We've had it here at the Hanover Theater before, and A Christmas Story.
I directed that tour.
Yay! So everybody's in for a super treat, I can tell you that for sure. But do you see similarities at all in taking a show like Hairspray and a show like A Christmas Story? Are there similarities? What are some of the differences there?
They're actually, they are comparable in terms of, they both have a kind of subversive humor about them. It's they're offbeat, they're sort of quirky families. That sort of have their struggles and have their issues, but they love each other. And I think the brand of humor is not dissimilar, either. It's a little wry. It's as I said, a little quirky, but there's so much heart in it. And I really focus on in directing the show. Of course, you've got a land of the laughs and those favorite moments from the movie, but it really, my goal at the end is everybody really is sort of, unexpectedly moved by this, kooky story. And it's beautiful. And that's actually one of the things that the musical gets to do is sort of explore the the family relationships a little bit, and the mom has expanded. She's got 2 fantastic songs in the show. One is called Just Like That, and the other is called What a Mother Does. And they're just beautiful songs. And then there's, of course, Ralphie to the Rescue, and a big kick line, a leg lamp kick line in a number called Major Award. And so, like I said, they've done a great job of taking the favorite moments from the movie and musicalizing them, and just sending them up and having fun. So.
Oh, absolutely. Now, so how many double and triple dog dares are there on any given day between all of the actors? That's my big question.
A lot. The kids really, get into it, and of course, for most of the young ones, this is their first, their first big professional job, and so they get, we've got, all of the souvenirs and the catchphrases and all of it, and the kids really have a ball with all of that.
Oh, I bet it's so fun for that fresh actor to get their feet wet with something like this. Tell me, we ask this question, whenever we have the opportunity. What are some of those things that you really look for when you're casting people in these roles?
Yeah, it's a great question. Of course, it's in something like this where there is a template. You want somehow for those actors to kind of fit into the categories that their cinematic counterparts, created. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's not to say that we're, trying to look for, imitators or, lookalikes or anything like that. But the spirit of it, I always, try to kind of, in an audition room, in addition to determining whether or not somebody has the skill set, can they hit the notes, can they dance the steps, can they act the part, those kinds of things. I try to sort of gauge their spirit, and then from that, then you say, oh, I can see how that guy and that woman would be fantastic together. I can see them as a married couple. Mm-hmm. They feel right together, or. So it really is kind of, energetic alchemy, kind of. You just try to vibe it out a little bit and hope for the best. But we've been really successful so far, so we'll just keep following the same formula.
Oh, absolutely, and we cannot wait to kick off that tour here in Worcester, Massachusetts. It's a big deal for us, and we're excited to have you for Tech Week, as it's known. And you mentioned that kick line number with the leg lamps. Are there any other? I can't wait to see that. But are there any other big moments that you think that our audience members should really look out for that you especially love?
Absolutely. There's a great number that just is like an over-the-top production number in the first act when Ralphie imagines himself with the Red Ryder BB gun, and it's called Ralphie to the Rescue. And it starts, of him daydreaming in his classroom, and it just explodes from there, and it goes all over, him imagining all these scenarios where he would save the day if he had a Red Ryder BB gun. And then it comes back, and it returns right back to him in his at his desk at school. And then in the second act, there's a tap number, which is all the kids, and they're spectacular, but that's called You'll Shoot Your Eye Out. And he imagines himself going to a speakeasy in a sort of 1920s, underground Chicago speakeasy or something. And it's just great fun and unexpected. And like I said, it just takes, that uses those moments from the movie as a jumping off point to musicalize them and create these great, big production numbers. So, and I just want to mention, I did mention that we have 2 bloodhounds, and they're amazing, Stella and Haas, that travel with us. They're extraordinary, as the Bumpus Hounds from the movie. And that's part of my favorite thing every year is showing up and getting to see Stella and Haas in the tech rehearsals. So.
Oh, I can't wait to meet Stella and Haas either. I have to tell you, I'm going to crash. I'm going to have to bust in there and at least sneak a peek at them. It's true.
You have to. They're amazing. They're really great. So,
all right.
We have a fantastic animal trainer named Doug. That So anyway, it's so we're looking forward to it and looking forward to being in Worcester.
Well, I love that you're giving us a little sneak peek of Christmas in July with The Christmas Story, the musical, coming and kicking off our Broadway series November 9th through 12th. Single tickets are not available yet, Matt, but people can subscribe to get the best seats at the best prices, and they should stay tuned. We will be announcing our member on sales in the near future, and we are so looking forward to having you.